1991, with the Dons' finest win of that season, a 5-1 triumph over Tottenham Hotspur at our old ground, Plough Lane.
For Tottenham, really, their league season is fast slipping away from them. A very poor performance from them at Wimbledon. John Fashanu opening the way for the Dons first, scored by Paul McGee. And watch for his celebrations, up and over. An excellent free kick here from Keith Curle. Paul Gascoigne would have been proud of that one. Keith Curle's been mentioned in terms of a $2 million transfer to Liverpool. So Spurs 2 down and really needing something to get back into the game. This is the brightest moment at Plough Lane of what manager Terry Venables has described as probably their worst performance of the season. Gundi Bergson, the Icelandic international, and that's 2-1. The revival, though, short-lived. Warren Barton, number 4, had an excellent game for Wimbledon, and he picks out the former Spurs player Terry Gibson. What a good header that is. 3-1. And now the Dons take over. They've changed their style this season under manager Ray Harford, and they're particularly pleased that they beat Spurs playing the ball on the floor as opposed to their traditional long ball game. Warren Barton, number 4, in the thick of things once more, and John Fashanu has one go there, and the second one will do nicely, thank you. 4-1, and Wimbledon not finished yet. Barton once more, and Eric Torsved dives, can't get hold of it, and the veteran Alan Cork is in.
Always free kick. Sanchez made a bit of a meal of it, and Michael Thomas has made a bit of a goal of it. Earl, Barton, Earl again, Venison got in there, Miller though, Sanchez, he's got another goal against Liverpool. Rosenthal's found all kinds of space, good chance this, oh, well, that's one way to do it. This is Miller, good cross, Clark, and Wimbledon are level again. John Fashanu, he's no slouch once he gets moving. Rob Jones trying to get at him, Fashanu down, oh, penalty given. That looked a bit harsh, Jones certainly thought so. Now, how's your nerve, Fash? Less than 20 minutes remaining, top end, and no penalty spot. Brucey thinks he knows where it is, or where it should be. They all seem to be agreed. Fashanu has a penalty style all of his own. 2-3 paces at the most. It works though. Wimbledon celebrates a 3-2 lead.
Fashanu jumping well, he gets a touch to it again. Burrows is across trying to clear. It's away by Mark Wright. Still Wimbledon putting on the pressure though. Fashanu combining well. Fashanu's into the box. Fashanu, can he finish? He can! John Fashanu puts the Dons ahead at Anfield. Mark Wright not happy about something there, but John Fashanu has given the Dons the lead. And the referee, Roger Milford, trying to end the celebrations, but John Fashanu has every right to be happy. Good 1-2 there between Fashanu and Earl. Fashanu did well to bring that one under control and into the box and slotting it home past Grobbelaar. And John Scales and Ronnie Rosenthal clash there, and it's going to be a free kick. And a free kick to Wimbledon. Young Justin Skinner will take it. This young 20-year-old making his first team debut here. And what a place to make it in the cauldron of Anfield, because of the injuries to Gary Elkins and Brian McAllister. The regular left-backs, this youngster finds himself in the side today. And Skinner will take this free kick. Drives it up towards the buck. Bruce Grobbelaar has come for it. Only half gets a punch to it. Robbie Earl with the lob. Will this be in? It will! Robbie Earl has put Wimbledon 2-0 up. And a typical piece of Bruce Grobbelaar eccentricity there has led to Wimbledon taking a 2-0 lead. Skinner's free kick is a good one. Grobbelaar decides to come for it. He's challenged by Fashanu. The punch is never clear, and Robbie Earle from 25 yards out has lobbed that into the corner of the net with the Liverpool goalkeeper way off his line. 2-0 to Wimbledon here at Anfield. And Sagers has the long goal kick. David Burrows looks to clear for Liverpool. John Scales puts it back into Liverpool territory. Now Liverpool can break with Redknapp. Men moving wide of him. Steve McManaman here. McManaman cuts inside. Nice through ball. Ronnie Rosenthal can chase it. He's brought down, is he? It's a penalty. He's brought down. The referee, Roger Milford, points to the spot, ignores the complaints of the Wimbledon players. Dean Holdsworth and Warren Barton there. Scott Fitzgerald still complaining. Roger Milford doesn't want to know. It's a penalty in his estimation, and Liverpool have a chance to pull one back here. They're 2-0 down at the moment, but Jan Molby, the Danish international, will take the spot kick, and he'll face Wimbledon's Dutch keeper Hans Sagers. Molby to take it. It's there, but Sagers went the right way, diving to his right, but it was a good penalty, low and hard into the corner. But Sagers did well and very nearly reached it, but Colvin Picnic brings it forward, then plays it square to David Burrows. Down the line. Hutchinson here, faced by Scott Fitzgerald. Hutchinson does well. Ronnie Rosenthal hits the crossbar, and McManaman's there to equalise. Still 2-2 here. Fashanu and Earle for Wimbledon. Molby with the penalty, and McManaman for the Reds. John Fashanu gets a good flick onto it. Robbie Earle on the break. Robbie Earle into the box. He's away from right. Can Earle finish? He can! Robbie Earle has put Wimbledon back ahead with his second of the match, and that's a wonderful finish by Robbie Earle. Vinnie Jones and Andy Clark, Warren Barton and John Fashanu all there to congratulate him. Robbie Earle's second of the game. If his first one was a spectacular lob.
In retrospect, going out of the Coca-Cola Cup was a long-term godsend, but October was a miserable month. No league wins, only 3 league points cold, an embarrassing home loss to Wimbledon on the final day of October. It culminated in a loss of a top 5 position, and worse was yet to come. A second meeting in 10 days with Aston Villa.
The crowd inside Villa Park approaching a full house of 39,000. No ground in England outside Wembley has housed a bigger gate this season. And if that's a landmark for the Premier League, so is the appearance of Brian Robson, starting a match in this competition for the first time, just 2 months short of his 36th birthday. Also back for United, Lee Sharp. He's only 21, but after 18 months of injury and illness, he starts what amounts to a second career. He's on familiar territory. His parents are here from nearby Halesowen.
Redknapp. Here he releases Mark Waters, who puts in a good early cross, which Don Hutchison just fails to convert. Then in defence, Jamie Redknapp doing good work. An aggressive tackle here, which isn't his strongest point. Then he surges through the midfield, just rides away from that Lawrie Sanchez lunge. Again releases a good ball outside, this time to Don Hutchinson. The cross, and who would have thought John Barnes would miss a chance like that? It was to prove costly. Andy Clark, far too much room here, even miscontrols it. He knocks the ball into Steve Cottrell. Torben Peaknick slips as he turns, falls across Cottrell, and it had to be a penalty. He actually tries to get too tight, and in doing so then loses his footing, realises Cottrell is going to get away and has to haul him down. John Fashanu didn't waste too much energy with his penalty, but it puts Wimbledon 1 up. Poor old Torben Peaknick went off injured soon afterwards. Steve Harkness coming on as left-back substitute, which allowed Bjornby to go into central defence. Mind you, wouldn't be pleased with that horrible miss-kick, and very relieved, I'm sure, that David James rescued him with Neil Ardley's shot. And just before half-time, they have another great chance. This ball along the line has to be Steve Harkness's, but look how easily he's nudged off the ball. Steve Cottrell sees everyone sucked into the near post, and Lawrie Sanchez, having had so much time, should have put it into the corner. Soon after the restart, Lawrie Sanchez might have been remembering his cup final goal. His back header here, coming back off the crossbar, and then in the scramble, David James eventually getting hold of it, who said goalkeepers weren't mad. This Gary Elkins through ball again catches Liverpool flat, and as the ball floats goalwards, it's Bjornby who somehow hooks it off the line. The second goal had to come though. And as Elkins drives this free kick, it's back-headed by Fashanu, and again it's Robbie Earle going in courageously, perhaps in a way that Liverpool forwards aren't at the moment. Steve Cottrell receives the congratulations, but Graham Souness knows too many soft goals are being conceded.
It didn't look like there was any cohesion with the back four. One would come up, the other one would stay down, this one would come up.
The Easter weekend in 1993 saw Wimbledon, who were in their second season as tenants at Selhurst Park, face landlords Crystal Palace on a very wet afternoon. The Dons had been hammered 6-2 at Oldham the week before, so manager Joe Kinnear made 3 changes. Warren Barton and Scott Fitzgerald came in for Peter Fear and Dean, 2 key players, leading scorer Chris Armstrong and defender Eric Young through suspension. There was one change from the side that drew with Queen's Park Rangers, John Champion.
Vic Callow from Solihull in the West Midlands, blowing the whistle on a very damp afternoon in southeast London. Sanchez wants to take the throw swiftly. And a looping header. 2 away at Oldham last weekend. Thorne has gone to the near post. He's being marshalled by Roger Joseph. Segers with the punch, and with 2 follow-up smothering saves. Paul Williams taking on Fitzgerald. Vinnie Jones not involved today for Wimbledon. Driven for Ardley. Oh! First blood to the tenants. Simple move, but Holdsworth spreading play. Palace left back sucked in, Simon Roger. And the perfect cross from Neil Ardley onto the broad forehead of that goal-scoring midfielder Robbie Earle. Directly onto the head of Fitzgerald. And that was not an effort that Gareth Southgate will linger long on. Earle. Scales. One for Gerald Dobbs to chase this time. Oh, Martin lost it, Holdsworth scores! 2 in 4 minutes for Wimbledon. And Nigel Martin left red-faced. It's never an easy job being a goalkeeper playing Wimbledon. Bodies flying in all around you. Earle made the challenge on Martin. Didn't seem anything wrong with it. It's a slippery ball on a day such as this, and it just squirmed. Just a bit too much on it for his comfort. Fitzgerald cleaned out man and ball by Coleman. It's a yellow card, some even a red. Well, there was a bit of it. Earle. Dobbs. Robbie Earle! Not quite. Similar combination to providing from the right-hand side, and Earle arriving with his head. Just out to weight of numbers. Williams. As it is, it's Ardley. And Sanchez. Half-time. And Wimbledon will be pretty content with that. Goals from Robbie Earle and then from Dean Holdsworth. Crystal Palace reduced to sporadic threats. Nothing more than that. It's Wimbledon 2, Crystal Palace 0. Southgate sliding in. Crystal Palace with the free kick. Palace's main problem this season has been the charge down. And now the break is on for Andy Clark. Now he is rapid. Teasing Humphrey and setting up Holdsworth. opening minute of the second half. Wimbledon make it 3-0. And the assist goes to Andy Clark. John Humphrey sent one way, then the other. Pass into space, occupied. Rogers going to hit this by the looks of it. Southgate poised over the ball. It is Roger. Just helped on its way by Hans Segers. And with that cup defeat by Hartlepool, there's Earl! And that season has just got a little bit worse, as Wimbledon make it 4-0. And Robbie Earl heads his second. Like the first, a resounding header. And not for the first time this afternoon, Gerald Dobbs the provider. There's just no stopping Robbie Earl from 6 yards. Difficult nature of their remaining fixtures. This hefty defeat is serious for Palace. And even now McGoldrick can't. Scales. Hardly. Southgate. And by Gordon for Coleman. Humphrey. Coleman, maybe a consolation. Maybe not. Today that Palace will happily forget, and quickly. Full time at Selhurst Park, and it's Wimbledon's day. Winners by 4-0. A brace for Earl, a brace for Holdsworth, their best win of the season, leaving Palace deep in trouble. Wimbledon 4, Crystal Palace 0.
And a long ball hoofed forward. Fashanu just about got there. Here's Parlour. Alistair tracking him back all the while. Jensen, took a deflection towards Campbell. It still might go in. Yes, it has. Ian Wright does it again for Arsenal. Fashanu. Seaman uncertain, and Sanchez with an easy prod in to make it 1-1. Well, that's quite a ball. Surely Fashanu is offside. The linesman's flag has stayed down, and the Wimbledon supporters are celebrating. Parlour now. What a rugged fight back it's been by Arsenal. Winterburn's cross. Oh, the goalkeeper's missed it. It's there! Ian Wright! Really has been an incident-filled game. Here's Fashanu. Earl! Oh, he scored! 4 minutes from time. That'll be the winner.
Enjoy playing at Villa Park. Today's victory there was their 4th league win in 6 seasons, and they had 2 goals disallowed. Here's the one that counted. Barton's corner found Jones. His header cleared off the line, but Dean Holdsworth's header scraped in off the post. Villa have now gone 5 without a win.
Kelly, who had not started a league match before this season, looks to be on his way to the World Cup. His performance on his debut for the Republic of Ireland against Russia on Wednesday was a big plus for Jack Charlton in a 0-0 draw. Well, draws have been something of a habit for Kelly's club this season. Leeds have drawn 9 away games, and if those had been won, they would now be level on points with Manchester United. Goalkeeper John Lukic makes his 500th league appearance today. Number 7 Gordon Strachan has recovered from a knock received in midweek and plays the 802nd match of his senior club career. Meanwhile, here's a man playing his first match in the top division. Marcus Gale, a speedy left-sided attacker, cost Wimbledon £250,000 from Brentford just before Thursday's transfer deadline. Manager Joe £1 million this week. They're without 5 injured defenders today, but John Fashanu is fit to return up front. Holdsworth. And Fashanu battling with Weatherall, and Fashanu got the better of him. And there's a chance for Fear, and that's a goal for Wimbledon by Peter Fear. He looks delighted. I suspect that's because it's his first for the club. And John Fashanu made it possible. Sheer aggression there. He pushed Weatherall or shoved him out of the way. Fairly or unfairly is up to the referee to decide. And Fear took his chance, right-footed, to beat Lukic.
A serious challenge for the Premiership title at the time of their visit to Selhurst Park. A goalless first half prompted Joe Kinnear to ask more of his players, and he got just that in an amazing second half turnaround.
Free kick Wimbledon's way. This is the sort of range the Dons are so dangerous. It's drifting just past the upright. What a fine try that was. Terrific power, just didn't get the bend to bring it in. Flowers was worried there. Good defending against Shearer. Vinnie Jones competes in the midfield, but Sherwood does well. Helps it on beautifully. There's an opportunity for... oh yes, great goal. Super finish. And that is Jason Wilcox at his best. Fine ball through by Timmy Sherwood. And Wilcox there, it was an outstanding finish, really. Wimbledon bombing themselves right back in it. Good play by Fear, just over the angle. Certainly no shortage of up and at 'em from Wimbledon, right from the start. Another good try there. Sherwood again. Mike Newell loses out, but Wilcox doesn't, and a great save by Sagers. Called into action from that long-range rocket by the man who scored the first goal. Brilliant shot, but a terrific save. Now then, one of Vinnie Jones' long throws wouldn't go amiss here. Into the near post. Oh, there's danger in the Blackburn penalty area. Earls at hand to shoot, but a great save by Tim Flowers. Action-packed first half, but so far Wimbledon can't break the deadlock. And that was a terrific save. Beat it away with his hands. Wimbledon continuing this onslaught of pressure. Jones is there, and that will surely be. No, again, Flowers makes a last-ditch save. Jones heading it back across the face. In came Earl, and Flowers made a very brave claim there at the feet of Holdsworth. Oh, there's a little bit of misunderstanding there in the Wimbledon defence, but all cleaned up by the Dutchman, Sagers. And an enormous clearance by him. Holdsworth gets a touch. Earl's running in there, Robbie Earl. They score! That'll do. 1-1, and that's totally deserved. Robbie Earl running onto that through ball. He's so powerful from midfield. Got there first, and just look at the skills. And there's the finish to match. Jones again pumping it through the middle. David May gets a touch to that one. Blackburn get it away. Mike Newell now turns. Good ball, feeding it to the left. Wilcox again, scorer of the first goal. 1-1 now. Wilcox goes for a beautiful cross. Shearer's there, looping header. And what another super save by Hans Sagers. Lovely cross, whipped up in the air. Shearer did everything right, but Sagers did even better. Jones, another long throw. And again by Barton. It's being held up by Robbie Earl there. Fear will put it in again. And now John Fashionu's in there. Fashioну, is he clipped from behind? He's still fighting for possession against Sherwood. He'll get the throw in. And it will be time for Vinnie Jones again. Real dead ball specialist with these long throws. Near poster again. Real danger, goal for Wimbledon. 2-1 ahead, and how did that sneak in? Well, an incredible scene. Big bombing throw-in. Little touch there, I think it may be an own goal. Just crept through them all, and Flowers can't believe it. Wimbledon lead 2-1, but Blackburn with a free kick. Oh, Sherwood tried the volley, charged down well, and Fear's got a chance to bring it clear. Good run by Fear. Oh, this is good play by the lad. Oh, he's done extremely well here. And he looks for the 1-2. But instead it goes to Holdsworth, who scores at the second attempt. 3-1 now for Wimbledon, who are chasing away with this match. Fear played such a part in that move though. Credit to him, there he is just sliding it off to the left. Cross came in, eventually the target was Holdsworth. His header was well stopped, his shot was unstoppable. 3-1. The Blackburn haven't given up. They're so putting a cross in there. And we'll get a second chance. Drives this one in hard. Shearer, his attempt is charged down, and Wimbledon mount another counter-attack. Holdsworth is in the box again here. Might try and get it on his left foot. Tees up Earl. Oh yes, that's number 4. And another fantastic goal by Wimbledon. Brilliantly well finished. But again, superbly well set up this time by Holdsworth. Just got an unlucky bounce there, but Earl took the volley in his stride. 4-1. Holdsworth. I thought he was going to make it 5 there. But Blackburn live again. Oh, there's the final whistle. Great performance by Wimbledon. 4-1 victors over Blackburn Rovers.
Ruel Fox was given a chance to prove himself when he made his debut after the cup disaster at Luton. So the new boy was in the team for the Premiership game at Wimbledon. But just as in the Coca-Cola Cup, ominously, there was no Andy Cole.
Corner to Wimbledon. Elkins to take it. Hooper pushes it out, and in comes Robbie Earl. 1-0 Wimbledon, 9 minutes gone. Sellers are going to get this one away. Much room for him. Straight to Warren Barton. Good ball in, and Blissett. Good header. 2-0 Wimbledon now. Clark. Beresford. Beresford looking for an option. Going for the 1-2. And that's a penalty, surely. Vinnie Jones. Not subtle at all. Beresford through, and there was the elbow, and that's a penalty. Beardsley then with a chance to get Newcastle back in this game. Seggers, no chance there. It's 2-1. Nicely laid out wide for Peter Fear. Good cross. Fashioну, 3-1. Another ball knocked in there. Howie with a covering tackle, but it's a fourth. It's Holdsworth. Into the final minute now. Beardsley. That's handball against Scott Fitzgerald. It looked mighty harsh, but they're having no arguments. So Beardsley with his second penalty.
Scores, but little consolation, surely.
Another bleak day at Selhurst Park for United, and keeper Mike Hooper was the man who paid the price with his first team place.
It comes from John Motson.
It's header on by Barton, and a touch here. It's Clark. What a start for Wimbledon. Andy Clark. And didn't he take it well? It's his first goal of the season, and Reeves takes the free kick. Warren Barton heads it on. A touch from Leonardson, and there's Andy Clark by the Wimbledon number 7. And that's Fox to Beardsley. Good save by Seggers. Beardsley reflects that in his gesture. He knew that was on its way in. And Hans Seggers, one of the best shot stoppers in the business, gets down with his left hand there. It's put outside him. Fox again. This is Kitson. Hectic game today, and that's the way it's turning out. He's got a lot of respect for Joe Kinnear and Wimbledon. Here's Venison. Fox, good ball. Lee. Oh, Seggers just got a hand to it. Clark. That's a good run again by Leonardson from midfield. Ikoku now. Clark is coming to his left, and Hottiger didn't get there in time. Clark's cross. Leonardson! Ikoku! 2-0 to Wimbledon. And the speed of that attack left Newcastle breathless and pulled apart. Ikoku plays it to Clark. Hottiger isn't there, is he? Clark's got the space. Great cross. Leonardson against the post, and Ikoku from nearly on the line. Fox. And still Fox. Howie's in there. Beardsley's in there. There's a goal for Newcastle. Peter Beardsley. They've got one back. Just inside the half hour. Fox here curls the cross in. Howie is up there with the header, and it ran to Beardsley, and what a volley. He doesn't miss from there. And we're back at 2-1 in a match which in the first half hour has had just about everything. Lee. Oh, look at Beardsley. Kitson's in there, and it's somehow gone in, possibly off the Wimbledon player. Kitson got a touch, I think, as well, and it's 2. But Beardsley makes it possible. Curls it past Seggers. Now then, Kitson is in there with Thorne, and Reeves can't help it going over the line. Well, Beardsley made a lovely run. Seggers thought he'd got him, but he hadn't. And over it goes. Kitson, Newcastle player, in fact. One of his many clubs. Here's Clark. Hottiger's got to be very careful here. Clark's beaten him again. No, he hasn't. Back pass, though. Leonardson. That's a good cross, too. There's Barton. Oh, and Harford. And Wimbledon have gone 3-2. It's Nick Harford. The substitute scores against his old club. And it's Leonardson again with a beautiful cross, picking out Warren Barton. There's the header, and the second one from Nick Harford. The Norwegian delivered that perfectly onto the head of Barton. And the second header, well, Nick Harford's made a career out of it. Elkins, oh, Beardsley's through. Oh, he's foxed the keeper and missed. I don't think I saw that properly. I wouldn't have believed that was possible with Beardsley. It's a mistake by Gary Elkins. He falls over. He actually does the hard part here. He's got Seggers on the ground. And he steered it the wrong side of the post. Referee says play an advantage. Wimbledon have the ball. Good decision. Ikoku nearly in. It's Harford. Saved by Cernicek. And hooked away by Albert. Think about using Stephen Watson. It's Beardsley. Oh, it's a great try, and it's just over. And the ground rings with applause. Peter Beardsley didn't wait for the challenge. He lobbed the ball over the goalkeeper, but just over the bar. And a substitution for Newcastle. And good running on the right by Hottiger. Beardsley's on the near post. Fox is there. Oh, a good save again by Seggers. Player here is the Swiss Hottiger, and there's Rule Fox's header, and an instant save by... There's Fox again, and Seggers again. Hudson won it back, Jones to Ekoku, Barton wants it played to the right, Ekoku goes on his own, Ekoku, good save by Cernicek. That might have put it beyond Newcastle's reach. On his way, but he's not in the most threatening part of the penalty area here. And really, I don't see any need for Benison to make that tackle there. But he did, and it's a penalty, and nobody argued. Save by Cernicek, and over the bar by Ekoku. The goalkeeper read it right. And Barton had his kick saved. Mind you, look how he moved miles before it was taken. I have to quibble a little bit with Philip Don here.
94 next, a vital win for the Dons, yet a tragedy for Villa and their manager Ron Atkinson. He was sacked the very next day.
So a Villa throw. It's a tumble, but play on. Atkinson. Oh, over the top! Not a bad effort, that. And Atkinson lets fly. Plays the 1-2. It's a good ball in from Townsend. And Atkinson over the top. So Barton breaks for Wimbledon. This is Clark. Oh, the keeper let it come off his body there. And he's not too happy about it, is he? It's an awkward surface, this. The shot comes in. And Leon Hartson just can't turn the ball in on goal. Palmed away by the keeper. And back come Wimbledon again. Vinnie Jones with a shot, that one's blocked, Ekoku's through, and he's brought down from behind there. Ekiog concedes the penalty. David Ellery, no hesitation in pointing to the spot, and a yellow card for Ekiog. But he comes in from behind here, he doesn't take the ball. Well, he did, he knocked the ball away. That's what the argument's about. He did play the ball first, although the challenge was from behind. Anyway, the upshot is Warren Barton is going to take the penalty. Slams it past Bosnich. And Bosnich is complaining about something, I'm not sure what. But he's not happy with the situation at all. Wimbledon are, though. They lead Villa by 1-0. Atkins forcing his way through. Good goalkeeping by Sullivan, and again, oh, it won't go in, will it? Villa trying everything. And Ray Houghton had the final say there. His effort went wide. But it was coming off legs, coming off bodies, coming off everything. And eventually wide of the target. Villa desperate for a victory here. Away goes York. Now then, can they get the equaliser here? Oh, they must do, and they do, and it's Gary Parker who turns it into the net. Usually a creator of goals rather than a scorer. But the simplest of tasks there to turn that one in from 3 yards unmarked, and 1-1 the scoreline. So that's given the Villa fans some encouragement. Rain still teaming down as the shot comes in again, and Saunders helps himself from 2 yards. Dean Saunders. Well, Villa have turned a deficit into a 2-1 lead. Shot coming across, palmed away by the keeper and turned in by Dean Saunders. Can he get it in? Good goalkeeping by Bosnich. And Villa close the door again. Ikoko can't get it through. He'll try again. Hits it in lower this time. Wins the corner. Anthony Ikoko. Strong, powerful player. First effort brilliantly saved there by Bosnich. He couldn't hold it in these atrocious conditions. Bosnich, Australian goalkeeper who was with Manchester United as a teenager. Dean Saunders running through, and Saunders must score, and he does! And it's 3-1 to Aston Villa. Well, an amazing turnaround in fortunes here. Claims for offside. No flag goes up. Saunders rides the challenge and pops the ball in the empty net. So what can Wimbledon do? We know what... Oh, that looked like handball, but he got away with it. Here goes Andy Clark into the box, gets past Earl Barrett and brings Bosnich to his knees. Still Wimbledon 1 though, Aston Villa 3. Remarkable scoreline. Wimbledon having taken the lead through a Warren Barton penalty. So, Wimbledon coming forward again. And then the bodies are coming forward. Here's Vinnie Jones, nice ball into the space, clipped into the danger zone, and Neil Ardley gets his head on it. And what were you doing, says Bosnich to his defenders. They left the man free, and this is a good little ball he dinks in here. And Ardley comes in from behind, and really Villa caught ball watching. So it's Wimbledon 2 now, Villa 3. And could we have a remarkable comeback here? Ikoko, that one blocked by McGrath, the ball loose. Ikoko trying to force it through. Challenges everywhere, and the final shot over the top. Ray Harford. Again, Bosnich asking the ref a few questions. Did he think he was fouled? It didn't look like it from here. And Ray Harford's effort over the top. Saunders loses control. This is Harford to Jones. Oh, he decides to try one from distance and hits the angle. Oh, what a magnificent shot. Played back in again by Clark. And over the top. Vinnie Jones there. Not known for his scoring ability, but he planted that one right on the angle. So close to forcing the equaliser there. Barton. Passes Jones this time, and Aston Villa just seem to have lost their momentum. Vinnie Jones tries one again, and it's deflected in. 3-3 the scoreline. Well, is Vinnie Jones claiming it? It took a deflection, I'm sure. Here he is, he takes it in his stride, hits it with the right foot. Definite deflection. And that wrong-footed Bosnich. But Vinnie Jones claims it. It's Wimbledon 3, Aston Villa 3. And They've come from 3-1 down. Magnificent fight back this by the Dons. And it doesn't look like they've finished yet. Ikoko forging into the box, gets the shot in, and it's well fielded there by Bosnich. On this wet, slippery turf. Took that one to his chest and flung onto it. But what has happened to Villa? They've just gone to pieces here. Bang. Hardly playing it inside. Barton again. Chance here for Ikoko maybe. Rammed into the net. And a remarkable comeback here by Wimbledon. Leonhardsson scores to make it 4-3 to Wimbledon. Barton here just touches it inside. Ikoko gets a touch. Leonhardsson takes it on and rams it into the top corner. And Aston Villa are stunned. And there's the final whistle. Wimbledon coming back from a 3-1 deficit to beat Ron Atkinson's Aston Villa by 4-3. And there's a manager with a whole load of worries on his shoulders.
It looks to be Vinnie Jones to float the ball in. Oh, and Gale has scored for Wimbledon. On this one, there's no Vinnie Jones, but there is a Hinchcliffe and Limpar who plays it in, and Short's equalised. A quarter of the game gone, and it's 1-1. Couch's had an excellent game, buzzing around everywhere. It's still buzzing. Can he sting the Dons? Good cross, and Kanchelskis with a rare header. Approaching Wimbledon, a sly push which the linesman obviously didn't see. It's not a bad cross at all. Clark, Castledine, and Goodison Park is shocked by Stuart Castledine's goal. Everton were cruising this as just 4 minutes to go. Southall doesn't quite make the punch. It's Clark. Oh, and he's squeezed it in. Goodison Park is stunned. The whistles, I don't know where they're coming from. Should be one of the last attacks of the game. Determined play by the substitute Clark. And Goodman has stolen it. 4-2.
Of a disappointing Manchester City, their stirring contribution to the Main Road derby quickly forgotten. Michael Frontek's careless mistake suitably punished by a combination of Kenny Cunningham's fine cross and Robbie Earle's matching header. Only Arsenal in the Premiership have beaten Wimbledon in the 2 months since the Vultures were circling above waiting for them to drop. Now it's up to others to match their spirit and defiance whilst they watch the relegation scrap from a safe distance. Earle scored again to keep Manchester City's name in that unlucky dip. Word has it that Sam Haman will reward his troops with a trip to Gambler's Paradise, Las Vegas. Marcus Gale and finally Efan Okoku formally closed the book on a Wimbledon relegation season. Watch out Nevada, today Crystal Palace, tomorrow Caesars Palace.
Which Giants did Wimbledon put out of the FA Cup on their way to the semi-finals in 1997? Do you know the answer, Jake?
1997. I've got a clue. If he don't know, I got no hope.
Have a guess.
Man United, I think, wasn't it?
And here's Gale!
Vinnie Jones's dedication to the cause has never been in doubt.
Get amongst it! Winners, come on!
But the smile on the Arsenal players' faces at his Highbury entrance was short-lived. It was a chance for Arsenal and Wimbledon to make a late entry in what's fast becoming a two-horse race for the Premiership title. Ian Wright, who's made the headlines for all the wrong reasons over the past week, almost got back to what he does best. Only the post denied Arsenal the lead after 13 minutes. But if Jones's pre-match build-up was profane, Arsene Wenger's had been almost prophetic. He had warned that a moment's lapse of concentration against Wimbledon would seriously dent their title aspirations. That concentration disappeared after just 21 minutes. Vinnie Jones's volley was emphatic, but even he seemed surprised by the time and space he had in the Arsenal box. Lee Dixon the culprit, who played him onside. Jones went off in the second half injured, and Neil Sullivan became their saviour as Arsenal had Wimbledon on the back foot. Dennis Bergkamp was the main threat, but he couldn't find a way past the Wimbledon keeper. Efan Okoku came the closest to stretching the Dons' lead, but flashed his shot wide. Arsenal were hitting the target at the other end, but couldn't beat Sullivan. His best came from Bergkamp again. Jones will surely take the credit for the victory, but will owe Sullivan a drink or two as well. And though their European dream is very much alive, if they win all their games in hand, they'll only be 3 points behind Manchester United. Ollie Foster, Sky News.
By mid-September, United have played only 2 Premiership matches. The game at Liverpool had been postponed. Now Wimbledon arrived to put a dent in the 100% home record.
Early chance for Wimbledon to get the ball into the middle. And that's a goal for the Dons after just 2 minutes. And it's Carl Court on his debut. What a shock. Gillespie now takes over. Leads the delivery. Gillespie goes alone. Sullivan pushes it away, and there's Barton. And that's a goal for Warren Barton against his old club. 1-1. Kimball's corner. And Chris Perry. And that's 2-1. This is Ikoku. Pistone's with him. Still with Ikoku. He's left the defender for dead. What a tremendous finish. Efan Ikoku. 3-1.
Result for Wimbledon as they moved away from the relegation zone with a 3-0 win over Crystal Palace.
Local derbies don't get any more local than this important relegation fight between landlord and tenant at Selhurst Park. Though there was little by way of passion or skill on display in a dour first half, Wimbledon looked the brighter and Michael Hughes was lively down the right without getting much support. But all that was to change after the break, as 3 goals in 12 minutes made the game safe for the Dons. Lieben's first for the club was quickly followed up by his second. Palace hadn't won at home all season. Any hope they had of getting back into the game disappeared after a frantic scramble in the box. The post denied Lieben a hat-trick. Nothing got in the way of Jason Ewell's follow-up. Palace's best chance fell to Haraldsson, but the hard-working Dons' defence weren't giving an inch. The final whistle confirmed Palace's slip into the bottom 3, and on this evidence it could well end up with an immediate return to the Nationwide League. Kerry Dyson, Sky News.
So that's how it stands. Wimbledon 6th from bottom, Palace still in trouble in that relegation zone.
After 5 minutes, John Hartson put West Ham ahead after being brilliantly set up by Ian Wright. 7 minutes later, skipper for the night Wright steered home a blocked Hartson shot to put Hammers 2 up. East London rocked on 26 minutes when Skippy Stan Lazaridis skipped past his marker to lay on Ian Wright's stunning second. No one raised an eyebrow except Shaka Hislop, who wasn't able to raise anything in particular when Marcus Gale scored what looked like a brief respite for Wimbledon on half an hour. Javier Margus looked decidedly chilly though when Jason Ewell ghosted in behind him to make it 2. Gale scored his second of the night after Impey collided with Hislop, and the 3-goal lead had been surrendered. The unthinkable 4th goal for Wimbledon, a brilliant 50-yard 1-2 executed by transfer-listed Efan Okoku, sent West Ham fans sprinting for the exit. The best defence in the league spent some time behind locked doors after the game, studying early learning centre books on marking and defence.
In today's other big match, Wimbledon took on the not-so-mighty Liverpool, and their midfield player Robbie Earle scored the only goal early in the second half. Michael Owen missed a penalty for Liverpool, who've slipped to 9th from bottom in the table, their worst run of results since 1954. Keith Malone, ITN Sport.
Never been his favourite occasions. He feels their proliferation puts the Capitals clubs at a disadvantage. Yet the fact remains that he's only ever suffered defeat once in a Premiership derby, and that was at the hands of Wimbledon. The Arsenal team is at full strength today. 10 seasons ago, this was the fixture in which the famed back four first performed together in public. A decade on, Keown has relegated Bold to the bench, but little else has changed. Bergkamp returns, Winterburn is back among old friends. Wimbledon's selection was more problematic. Joe Kinnear's lineup is full of attacking power, with two genuine wingers and central midfield players who like to surge forward. Carl Liebern is preferred to Okoku as partner for Marcus Gale. Jason Ewell plays despite a troublesome ankle, and making his home debut is Gareth Ainsworth, signed recently from Port Vale. His performance against Arsenal in the FA Cup last season helped secure his move. This is Vieira. Now there could be a fault in Wimbledon's backline, but Vieira has pulled up with what may well be a hamstring injury, which, with a vital European Champions League game against Lens coming up 4 days hence, is not good news. Here's Hughes at the other end. That was a push on Parla, but Vieira is really struggling, and he's walked straight to the sideline to be seen by the Arsenal physiotherapist Gary Lewin, and indeed it seems to be the right hamstring. Purely in terms of the home team's efforts, their first decent opportunity. Delightfully delivered, and the header had Seaman beaten but was just 6 inches too high. Robbie Earle was the last Wimbledon player to score a winning goal against Arsenal here 6 years ago. Had ankle problems, but it seems to be slightly higher up that is causing concern. It's a calf muscle injury that Dennis Bergkamp has got. And it seems unlikely that he'll be able to continue. Dixon's pass was wayward, and the flag's up against Michael Hughes. But Arsenal are not looking themselves at all. The powerful running of the likes of Michael Hughes is unsettling them. Very unfortunate to see it rebound from the face of the bar. Because the goalkeeper was nowhere near it. Had time to size it up, and left-footed with curl. His goals tend to be few and far between, but are generally worth waiting for. Petit. Oh. Ainsworth. Gale. There was a lucky bounce in there in Wimbledon's favour. Oh. Ainsworth. Out of play for a corner. The giant Liebern is the focal point. Hughes' kick. Here's Perry! Surprised to get the chance, unable to take it fully. Hughes' cross. Oh, it seemed like a handball, but Okoku's tucked it in. Arsenal are appealing for handball, but the goal stands. And within moments of joining the fray, Okoku has beaten David Seaman. And Wimbledon are in front against the reigning Premiership champions. So much of the credit to Michael Hughes, but there seemed to be a hand used by Robbie Earle in the build-up to Okoku scoring. And self-evident on the facial expressions of the Arsenal players, the fact that they felt that Earle used an arm. Wimbledon, but they have held out. Arsenal defeated in the Premiership for only the second time this season through a controversial goal scored by Okoku, who'd only just arrived as a late substitute. One or two tempers frayed towards the end, fueled perhaps by the suspicion that the Wimbledon skipper Robbie Earle used a hand or an arm in controlling the ball before Okoku whacked it into the gaping net. But it's the sort of results that gives